we're now live.
Live? Not really.
By the way, I forgot to tell you about the story nights. So yesterday we went to a story night. I think it was the second story night, and it was amazing. There was this dude, I forgot his name, Donald something. I'm not even sure if his name is Donald, but Pano said his name is Donald. I forgot his family name. His story
is he Filipino? Because Donald doesn't sound like a Filipino name.
He is Filipino, but I'm not sure if his name is Donald. But he was the guy who was bringing a paper.
Okay.
He was reading his story from his paper, and his story was about based on his experience about losing his way and then finding his way back, and it was like a fucking headshot for both me and Pano. It was like,
whoa.
It was so good. Like, I wanted to stand up and clap for him.
It was like, yeah, standing ovation.
Yeah.
But what made it good? Because I know that thing was was that a workshop or just random? Kind of like the poetry nights.
Not really random. They chose 8 people to tell their story, and then his story is quite long, but
pretty good.
It was pretty good. Long story short, he said that sometimes you forget. Never mind. I suck at this shit. Oh, and by the way, people are listening to us. Welcome to the Creepy Conversations with Gabby and Kalai.
No.
That's Gabby.
No,
That's Gabby and I'm Kalai.
Yes.
So.
That's the first time you actually welcome the creepers. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, because we always tend to forget, and for some reason I'd be the first one to remember.
Oh.
So far, that was your first. Congratulations.
Thanks. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about the
Sigbin.
Yeah, the Sigbin. Shit, I literally forgot.
Oh shit. That's what you get when you drink Red Horse. The stallion kicks your brain cells.
We were just talking about Sigbin right before we started recording.
Exactly.
I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, so yeah, let me just open my notes. And yes, we're gonna talk about Sigbin, or what other people they call the Sigbin the Philippine Chupacabra. But I don't think it is, because the term Chupacabra started existing at around 1980s or 1990s, and the Sigbin has been around ever since.
Forever.
Yeah. It's part of our mythological creature. It is a mythological.
What is wrong with you?
The usual.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, I call it, in my notes, I write, instead of writing down Sigbin, I write Petty King.
What?
Although it doesn't have I'll tell you later why I call it Petty.
Alright.
You will love it. So yeah, and I told you this already. I love this mythological creature. He's always Let me
breathe in, breathe out.
Let's edit this out. So I love this mythological creature, and because he's always present in our scary stories, that we forget that it is a mythological creature rather than an urban legend. Because he's part of a lot of urban legends, so it's part of
an
urban legend. I don't know why, but it's part. It's
not human or whatever. It's actually kind of an animal, or yeah.
So I had so much fun researching the Sigbin, because where we used to live in Talisay, there was a gossip that we had a neighbor who owned a Sigbin, which is wild as fuck when you're a kid. And I'll get into more details about this neighbor later. But yeah, it made me feel like a kid again, and I even interviewed a couple of elderly people about this creature. And then
Good on you.
Yeah, the one woman, the grandmother of my friend, they're from Naga, and her grandmother basically grew up in Naga. She grew up in the mountainy areas.
Mountainous.
Of the province. Mountain. Sorry. I'm good at making names, okay? Sorry.
Yeah.
So she grew up in the province of Naga, itself, not in like the area where we passed through, like the there. And then so she knows a lot about it. And she had like really cool stories, but it's just, you know, kind of the same stories that we hear about the Sigbin. Anyway, so
why
also,
don't we start telling them what it is?
Yes. Before I get to that, I got most of the description from. I have a lot of sources, but one of the books that I read was The Lost Journal of Alejandro Pardo.
I want that!
Yeah, and it's a really good book because it has a bestiary and notes from like Alejandro Pardo's journal, which I will read later.
And it's pretty
so
cool,
good.
Like, it's illustrative, right?
Yes, and the illustration's really good. Like, it's not cartoony or whatever. It's really good. It's like they sketched it from like seeing the actual creature. So it's so good. I urge everyone to buy it. I should like start a petition to like make it available in libraries everywhere because it's a really good book.
I think you can get it in Amazon. If I'm not mistaken, Aswang Project is really promoting this on their website.
You can buy it in National Bookstore, actually.
It's there?
Yeah. I haven't seen it here in Cebu, but I read in... I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's one of the authors, Budget Tan, and he said that... he or she said that it's available in National Bookstore. So, yeah. We're not being paid to say this, by the way. But
we're never paid to say this.
Yeah, true. That's why we're poor. And, but you guys should buy it. It's really good. So, what is a Sigbin?
Ta-da!
There are two kinds of Sigbins. One is, it originated in the Visayas, and then I don't know what the fuck they did to Sigbins in Luzon, but it's fucking badass, and I will get into that later.
This is what evolution does. They get, like, mutant X.
Yeah, and I love the two different Sigbins. They're actually the same physically, but yeah. I don't know what the fuck, what happened.
I didn't read about them, because I'm bad at this, so I'm quite excited to hear from you.
Yeah, and the Visayan one is just really a tamer version of the one in Luzon. So good luck to you guys in Luzon. And then, according to those that have encountered it, they say that it smells really bad, like a rotten human corpse. And then, physically, they have a pair of very large ears that are capable of clapping like a pair of hands. And
sorry, I'm imagining it. Like, why would you want that?
No, it doesn't have hands for ears. It's just really big. That can clap.
No, I'm imagining like their ears clapping. I'm sorry.
But that's scary. That's terrifying, though. Like, if you think about it, seeing an actual creature. Anyway,
it's Dumbo. I get it now. I figured it out. It's Dumbo.
No, it's not. The face looks like a bat, and then it almost looks like a kangaroo, but it has long fangs with red eyes. So it's kind of the same with the Chupacabra having long fangs and red eyes. And, I mean, you kind of get it if you, like, make a bat bit really big and then look at it from afar. Maybe you will mistake, like, there's a chance that you will think that it is a kangaroo. By the way, we have the largest bats in the world here in the Philippines.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
For real? Kai even has a picture of... sorry. I said your sister's name.
It's fine. It's fine.
But she has a picture holding it.
She does, and it kind of looks like the upper half of a manananggal. Like the...
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it makes me feel that way. But I just thought that was normal bat size.
No, I think that was still a baby. The bigger ones are like almost 4 feet tall.
Fuck.
Yeah, but they don't eat animals. They just eat fruits. And
fruits, yeah.
Anyway, so, and they also have, the Sigbin has long tails that they can use as a whip. They usually use that whenever they're under attack. And then they have unblinking eyes and have 3 vertical slit pupils, which gives the Sigbin hella accurate night vision, like supernaturally accurate when all 3 pupils are dilated. And then they can also, some claim that they can change their color and texture of their skin. Some also say they have spiky shit in their back that goes down their vertebrae.
Spiky shit.
Like spikes on their back. But some say they don't. Some say they just have scales. So
I'm actually picturing Mystique from X-Men right now. It kind of sounds like her.
Yeah, change the color and texture. But the Sigbin moves on all 4s, with its rear higher than its head. Kinda like the downward dog in yoga.
Yeah.
So that's how and it has great coordination. So it can run forward and backward, and it's fast. So, like, can you friggin' imagine seeing this creature running ass first towards you with its ears fucking clapping? I mean, you'd Scooby-Doo the fuck out of there when you see it. So, I'll get to the characteristics. So, both the one from Luzon and in Visayas, they act like a pet of aswangs. Kind of like a familiar, like how a witch and a cat, that's their relationship, alongside with like an equally terrifying creature, the wakwak. Some say the wakwak is also the aswang's familiar, which, by the way, we will cover the wakwak in a future episode. Yeah, we'll talk about it in a future episode.
Yeah,
and then
in the future.
And then they act like assistants. So they would scout for places and look for people that are dying, and sometimes even kill for aswangs. So let's say if an aswang is under attack, they will defend the aswang. And then they can speed up the death of a dying person by biting into its shadow.
Yeah, I've read that.
And I would like to read an excerpt on the book Alejandro Pardo's journal. So, this is like from the journal of Alejandro Pardo. So, I have observed most carefully a Sigbin in the guise of a hornless white goat bite down rather savagely at the shadow of an old man in the final stages of consumption. It was a curious sight, to say it was a most curious sight, to say the least, for I could see nothing rational about it whatsoever. How could the beast be biting and chewing on something that has no substance? I confess, the strangled, hacking noises the old man made as he spewed forth his bloodied, tainted phlegm profoundly irritated me, interfering most pointedly with my concentration. So that's it.
Whoa.
I read that badly.
He was so unfeeling.
I read that badly, that's why. But you should buy the book so you can read it in your own voice. I'm sorry, guys.
Good try, though.
I'm a piece of shit. So, yeah.
But he was so unfeeling and, like, apathetic about the death, though.
Yeah, because
he even got annoyed.
Alejandro Pardo is, like, a fictional character who's, like, he's kind of like Newt Salamander.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
okay.
But he doesn't take care of the beast. But he just like like the kind Steve or
scientist or something.
Did I say his name right? Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of like for our mythological creatures. So that's who Alejandro Pardo is. Back to the Sigbin. Some also say that if an aswang gives birth, it also gives birth. But they don't.
What the?
Yeah, they don't really have a gender. So it's not a boy or a girl, but if the aswang's regularly a girl, right? A female, female.
Wow.
So if they give birth, if they get pregnant, the Sigbin also the Sigbin also gets pregnant and then gives birth to kind of like.
I don't want to be a Sigbin then. Like I'm not ready for this, but okay.
But they're badass, and they're not human, Gabby.
I know.
So you can't be one.
I'm just saying, if I had a chance, I would pass. Yeah.
Then look for an aswang who won't give birth.
Yeah, maybe. Or I'd rather be an aswang. Who wants to be the sidekick? Like, main character.
True. But he's pretty badass. He's like Alfred. It's like, why do I keep calling it he? It's like Alfred. But yeah, back to the Sigbin. The one in Luzon can get the hearts of children and make it into amulets.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Okay, now that's badass. We don't have that.
Yeah, I told you, the one in Luzon is pretty badass. I don't know what the fuck they did to it, but yeah. And then now for my favorite part. Some say that you can actually own a Sigbin. And then if you do, it gives you good luck. So most of the rich people in the Philippines have it. And in Cebu specifically, they keep it in jars of clay. Usually the master's house will have a basement or a secluded storage room full of clay pots. Here, I will get back to my story about my neighbor.
Okay.
The people in my neighborhood claim that she was either an aswang or she owned Sigbins because in where I used to live when I was a kid, it was a new subdivision in the mountains, so it was secluded from the city. It wasn't a part of the main city. It was still developing, so there weren't many houses yet. And they had a lot of goats in the area and just, regular farm animals in the area. And we don't have regular farms here. Our goat caretakers...
What's a farm?
Yeah, they just bring the goats out and let them eat the grass anywhere. That's what happens here in the Philippines. So a lot of the goats die, and then they have, the puncture wounds in the neck and the blood drained, but it's still intact and shit like that. And then they claim that it was a Sigbin, and they saw that there was a Sigbin, and then this old lady, once she started living there, it's actually really near to her house. You just walk to... It's not that near, but you can walk to it. Like, it's a 3-minute walk to her house.
Okay.
And then they say her house is it's weird. It's colorful and the colors don't match. And they have lots of plants. And you can't really see, like the regular Filipino home that from outside you can see the windows. You can't see her windows at all. And then she has like thick ass curtains, and her windows are small. So I don't know why people thought that's like, oh, aswangs do those.
No,
shit.
if it's like weird, then yeah, she's probably an aswang.
Yeah, she was an old lady. Well, I mean, I don't think she was that old now when I think about it. But when you're young, everyone is old, and then
everyone's old.
Yeah, and then a lot of because my mom was a religious person, so she would invite tricycle drivers to she would talk to them about religion, and then she would invite tricycle drivers over, and then the tricycle drivers would tell her that this woman was an aswang because she wouldn't ask
be part of that.
No, she wouldn't ask the tricycle drivers to drop them in front of her house. She would always say, "Oh, can you just drop me here?" And then
and then she'd start walking.
Yeah, and then when they passed by her house, because she would ask them to drop her by near our house, because our house was near the corner. Not really the corner, but the house before the corner. The house before the corner house. And then she would say, "Oh, just drop me here in the corner." And then they would pass by her house, and they would see that she's already there. And since she's old, they would be like, how the fuck?
How?
Yeah, did she? That's their story. And that's every tricycle driver's story. Like, almost all the tricycle drivers that my mom invited over, because they're usually in a group, they would say the same shit, like, "Oh, she's always..." And there was this one driver who didn't believe it, and then tried the same thing, like, drop her there in the corner, and then pass by her house, and he said it happened. Like, he was skeptical as fuck at first, but then it happened to him, so he was like, "Shit, that's real." She is something else.
But what if there was a shortcut from there? That's why she passes there.
No, it's just a straight road. There's no shortcut to her house, so that's why they freak out. And then the reason they claim that she doesn't want to be dropped in front of her house because you know how tricycle drivers, they turn off the engine when they drop off a person? So, like, when you drop off the woman, they don't leave right away. So she's scared that they might see what's inside. But then there's also, like, this girl who washes her, not girl, an old lady who also, like, washes our clothes and also washes their clothes. She says that she's been into the house and it's full of jars of clay. And
Freaky.
Yeah, that's why they think that she is an aswang. She was the owner of the aswang. And then there was this one.
No, owner of the Sigbin.
Owner of the Sigbin. And then they tried. There was this old dude, a carpenter, who also owned a bunch of goats. Like, confronted her, and then the dude got sick, and he died, like, almost a month after he confronted the girl. And then they claimed that there was a white goat who entered his house while he was dying, and then they say that this white goat was the Sigbin.
Was a Sigbin.
Yeah.
I also read something about the Sigbin can be used as a form of transportation, or like it could teleport you somewhere, because it was like, if you ride it, it could go lightning fast, so it felt like teleportation.
Ooh.
So, which is why I also think the tricycle drivers thought she owned one, because how the fuck did she get in her house so fast?
Yeah, and yeah, that's a common characteristic for Sigbin. They're very fast. That's what those that have encountered it always say, that it's super fast. And then, so yeah, I'm gonna continue about the Sigbin.
What was that?
Sorry, I stood up because I got my notebook, because I'm not sure. Wait, let me just. Yes, so if you want to know how to keep a Sigbin as a pet, by the way, I have friggin' gossip. So, to those that are listening, turn up your volume in like 3 seconds from now, because this is the friggin' interactive episode of the Creepy Conversations. I'm gonna start whispering, because I want you guys to feel like this is, like, I want you guys to feel that this is gossip, because I want to whisper it. So, turn up your volume, guys. I'm gonna start whispering.
Oh my god, this is new to me. This is so new to me.
Stop talking out, because I'm gonna whisper now. And 3, 2, 1. So, some say that the Marcuses own Sigbins, because, like, they're rich and shit like that, and then, like, some people saw jars of clay in their houses. But it's just freaking speculation. So, don't quote me on that. And it's just gossip. And that's it. You can turn your volume down now.
I was holding my breath the whole time. Like, this is gonna be so good. This is gonna be so...
It's not that good. But that's what people say. And I don't want to say it in like my regular voice, because you know how the government's always watching us.
Yeah.
So I was whispering it.
God damn it! I held my breath. Like, no shit, I held my breath. It's like, ooh, this is gonna be so good. You got me.
Anyway, sorry. It was such a trip. So that was for our first interactive episode. And yeah, so if you want to know how to own one, you can make them docile by making them drink holy water on the first Sunday of Lent or on Christmas Day, which is hard if you don't practice religion.
Oh my god, so you have to wait.
What?
You have to wait.
So it would be good if you try to capture one near the first Sunday of Lent or near Christmas. Could you imagine, like, instead of like celebrating with your family, you're like forcing a Sigbin to drink holy water?
I know, right? It's like your family is opening presents, they're doing whatever, and you're like, excuse me, gotta do something important.
Can you imagine, like, your wife's like, honey, what the hell are you doing there? Like, oh, nothing. So stupid. And then you need to feed it your leftovers with pages of the Bible to make it docile. And then also, ashes from Palm Sunday, you know, the palms that we have for Palm Sunday, the ashes from that can put them into a coma.
I just realized that I cannot own one because I have no idea what we practice in our religion.
Oh yeah, I forgot to those that don't practice, that aren't Catholics.
Catholicism?
Yeah. We have this shit called the Palm Sunday where we like, what do we do with the palms? We like wave them? We wave the palms.
I don't know.
And then those palms, you use...
We're the worst example.
And, oh shit, isn't that for like Ash Wednesday? That's the they use the palms to make the ashes, right?
I don't even know when Ash Wednesday is.
Yeah, me too. It's different every year. So,
yeah.
Look at us. We graduated from Catholic school and we have no idea.
The nuns are gonna be so proud. Ooh, and also the priest from college.
Yeah! What up?
For the worst.
What up, fathers? And also, never feed it a dead person's clothing. Once you have it as a pet, don't feed it a dead person's clothing and human hair, because they will revert to their evil ways and may eat the owner on the spot. So that's fucking badass.
Why would you?
Like, maybe accidentally.
Feed their pet clothes.
I have no idea. Like, accidentally you feed it. I don't know. And
I would understand hair, because, like, it falls. Hair falls everywhere. I would know that, because my room is filled with it.
Me too. And then also, if you displease the Sigbins, like, if you, like, one of the examples is, like, feeding them wrong, or, like, not feeding them on time, they will leave gnawed bones or corpses' heads on your family's doorstep.
Sounds like a cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they really are, like, pets. And then, let me just check. So yeah, to counter we're now moving on to countermeasures. So
wait. I need to clarify this first. So what's really the biggest difference between Sigbin from Luzon and Sigbin from elsewhere?
Oh, I already said it. The Sigbin from Visayas, they're tamer. They don't make children's hearts into amulets.
I've always wondered how they could do that, but okay.
Because I think they have sharp nails, kind of like a kangaroo's hands, but I have no idea, because they say it's on all fours.
These are so full of shit.
Well, this isn't bullshit, I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I didn't research that part because I didn't know I'm going to be asked that.
Sorry, I should have known this. I shouldn't have put you on the spot, my bad.
It's okay. Well, I should have expected
Let's
people
move on.
will ask, though. But anyway, so countermeasures. You can find a Sigbin, how to kill it. Find its living place, which is usually a burrow in between roots. Then set the place on fire to its entry and exit holes. So that way you can capture it, or you can also kill it using the crystallized blood of a tikbalang.
That's another thing, guys. That's a horse.
It's a human horse.
Not a centaur.
Yeah. The upper body is a horse, and then the lower body is human. That's gross, though. How do you make love to it? And,
would we have an episode regarding
we will.
that?
We will have an episode about the tikbalang in the future. Also, to, like, I don't know what's the word for it, but, like...
I love that.
To, like, cut out its food. Jesus Christ, not even just one word, it's a couple of words. Like, cut out its food, put, like, religious artifacts near the livestock, so that it can't go near the livestock. Same thing with a dying person, like, guard the dying person, so that he can't bite into the shadow. And then, the common salt...
That's a bit hard.
Yeah. Like, if it's a dying person, it's gonna be lying down. So it won't have a shadow.
No, you gotta make sure your light source is somewhere that doesn't cast a shadow.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah,
because that's like... Yeah.
Yep. And common salt and holy water can hurt them. And then fire and decapitation can subdue it. But you need a mangkukulam to destroy it. A mangkukulam, by the way, is like a witch here in the Philippines. We will also have an episode about it, but they're not,
And it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, they're not the I don't want to trash talk about them because they're really powerful and a lot of people still believe
they still exist.
They still exist. They're pretty badass. I highly respect them. But yeah, we will have an episode about them. They're badass.
I can feel
witches.
your fear. I can feel your fear just talking about it. And you're not
It's
even
not fear,
saying
it's
something
respect.
like derogatory or something.
Yeah. Fear of like insulting them. I don't want to insult them because I honestly...
No bad karma.
Yeah, no, I honestly really, really, really respect mangkukulams. And you know that.
Yeah. I mean, we both do because we're so into this witchcraft thing.
Yeah.
We are granddaughters of witches.
Yeah, but they're different. Like, they practice a different kind of witchcraft, which you can't find. I don't think you can find it in the US or anywhere in the world.
No.
We have,
pretty
badass witchcraft here. Back to the Sigbin. Where was I? Shit, I lost my notes. Okay, here it is. So, make sure to burn the whole body of the Sigbin. Make sure that everything is burned. Because the Sigbin, like I said earlier, is petty. And so, you have to kill it. Make sure that nothing's left of it. Because even a single hair, and if a mangkukulam can find that single hair, or an aswang, they can use that tiny piece of hair to
revive it?
Yeah, along with the feeling of revenge, and they will find you and they will kill you and your whole family. Like, they will literally not stop. If you, just wound a Sigbin, it will make sure that it will not rest until it will kill you and your whole family.
This is Filipino culture.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, I'm listening to a whole thing about Filipino culture. It's pretty bad to learn that we're the vengeful, I don't even know what the word for it is, but yeah.
We are. Filipinos are very petty.
We're born to be petty, I'm sorry.
Yes, and this creature reflects the fuck out of our pettiness. But this creature is also pretty loyal, because it's very loyal to its owners, especially to the aswang. But if you displease it, it's not gonna kill you, but it will, like I said earlier, leave bones and corpses, head of corpses in your family's doorstep. But it will still be loyal to you, unless if you kill it, which will, like I said earlier, will find you and kill you and your whole family. So, that's the Sigbin, guys.
Tea time!
Tea time.
I think I figured out what we should call, story time.
You don't want to, do the whisper shit?
I can't do it! Can you, though?
I did it!
Yeah, but, only for a couple of sentences.
Yeah.
I think if you're telling the
whole
entire story,
the listener would be fucking pissed, what the fuck? I'm riding a jeepney and I can't hear you.
I know. So my story is nothing really special. I've seen a couple of news articles about this creature, and actually you can see videos of it, and it's...
Videos of the creature?
Yeah.
Cool!
But it's quite funny, because it's not really...
Oh.
confirmed that it is the creature. It's sightings of the Sigbin, and then it's kind of blurry or whatever. You know those things where you can't really tell if it's true or not, and oftentimes it doesn't entirely match the descriptions we have for Sigbins. It would be missing the long tail, or the face would not look like a bat or whatever. But people still would claim it's a Sigbin.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna share, and you're gonna be so proud of me, cause it's the news article that you shared to me on Twitter, the one you found 4 days ago. And shit, it was in Tagalog, guys. So you better thank me for this, cause I did some translating, which I'm not very good at. So, yeah. I think the translations are gonna be so bad, but I tried my best. Because for those of you who don't know, I suck at Tagalog. I had to search for words meaning on Google. I had to Google. bad. I'm that bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Tagalog isn't our first language.
That's true. Okay, so let me just go ahead and read. It is, the news article is entitled 21 Fighting Rooster Breeds Believed to Have Been Attacked by Mysterious Sigbin. How did I say that word?
Say it again.
Mysterious. I said it right. Okay. So, 21 fighting rooster breeds have been found dead with wounds on the neck in Cagayan de Oro City. It's believed by the residents that the attacker was a mysterious Sigbin, based on reports made last Tuesday, and this is literally last Tuesday, because we found this article 4 days ago, so it's that recent. Residents have found dead roosters in Barangay Kauswagan Sunday morning. The rooster's caretaker says that they heard noises from the dogs and the roosters on Sunday evening. We suspect it was a Sigbin because the wounds are on the neck and back, said the caretaker, Joel Gabo. One of the episodes of Kapuso Mo, Jessica Soho, describes a Sigbin to resemble a goat without horns. So, see, it's different now. Because they said it looks like a goat, but yeah.
But I did say that. It resembles a hornless goat. So it's not horny because it's hornless. That was a dad joke.
I hate you because I laugh at stupid things.
Yes, Gabby. Please continue.
God! Okay. Yeah, but, where was I? Yeah. The episode describes the Sigbin to resemble a goat without horns, long ears as big as an arm's reach, and bowed head in between its front hinds, and a really long tail. And even though there were dogs guarding the roosters, the owner doesn't believe that the dogs killed his fighter roosters. Based on their claims, this has never happened before. The dogs' vicious barks were the only things I heard, kind of like they were about to bite something but would step back. I turned on the lights, but there wasn't anyone. That's what the owner said.
Mm-hmm.
So the owner didn't want the issue to blow up, and he just didn't file on police reports, and only hopes that this doesn't happen again. How could you file a police report? For one, you don't know who or what did it, and you're just gonna say, oh, my roosters have been killed, and I think it was a Sigbin. That's...
Welcome to the Philippines.
But I really think they would still take it seriously. Like, the police would still take it seriously even if you said that.
Yeah, like, remember, I think that was like 2 years ago, like, there was this neighborhood in, I think it's still Luzon, where they, like, gathered together to find this aswang, and they wanted to kill it. Like, it was a lot of people, like, literally a whole neighborhood, from teenagers to adult dads. They were, like, surveying their neighborhood every night, because they wanted to kill the aswang, and then until they, according to them, they scared the aswang off, because everyone was, like, unified.
Like, just hunting it down.
Yeah, like, unified to kill that creature.
And this is exactly why we can get away with anything in the Philippines, if you just tell them bullshit and they'd still believe it anyway.
Yeah. Like, we'll never...
And this is why we have listeners.
We'll never know, but what the fuck? The thing that the aswang was, like, attacking were pigs. Not really people. But people claim that they saw a pig turn into a human that ran away. So, which was, like, a way for the aswang to, like, that's so cute, though. Like, oh, new pig!
Pig!
You fellow pig!
Jokes on ya!
Why are you eating me, fellow pig? I'm so stupid, sorry.
Because I'm not really a pig! But I did notice about these... Okay, so this is, like, the fourth, maybe, news article I've read about Sigbins, and it's usually about roosters just dying with wounded necks or something like that. This could be... No. Oh, I was about to say this could be a snake, but then they'd eat the chicken whole.
Or it could be cat.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
But what I did notice with because I checked out some of the videos, right? Mm-hmm. And what I did notice is that a lot of those creatures look like an unhealthy sun bear.
Oh.
Yeah, so sun bears,
Do we have?
it's a possibility because sun bears are like small species of tropical bears in Southeast Asia.
Oh.
There's a lot of this in Malaysia, and I've actually seen one in real life when I had the night safari with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
They do actually look like, kind of like a Sigbin because their face is quite elongated and they are not as big as the bears we usually see on TV, which are like the polar bears and other kinds.
Yeah, they have long nails.
And they
too.
have longer, and they have longer limbs. And I think it's the way they walk that makes it look like they're bowing down their heads between their front. So I have a feeling that this is actually just a sun bear.
Oh.
I swear, you should Google like unhealthy or like malnourished sun bears. It looks so freaky, especially if they're...
Why would I want to do that? It's at night.
It's not as scary as it sounds. It's just gross.
Do they, like, attack other animals?
I would think so.
Oh, fuck.
'cause-
I saw it. They do look freaky.
They do, right? Especially when they're hairless.
I'm, like, so unhappy.
So,
Bears are supposed to be cute.
they're not. We got the short end of the stick and we got the ugly
But,
bears.
like, the regular sun bears are really cute.
Are fine. Yeah. They're okay, but when they're malnourished, it's not. But who looks cute malnourished, right?
True.
I actually Googled speed.
Mm-hmm.
Sun bear speed, because we always say, like,
It's
it goes
fast.
fast and stuff. But the top speed, or, like, the fastest record of the sun bear is 48 kilometers per hour, or 30 miles per hour. And I think
That's pretty fast.
That's pretty fast, yeah. That's like a car.
But, like, for example, my neighbor before, like, my old neighbor, I don't know what how is she though? But, like, I think the tricycle drivers would notice if she was riding a sun bear.
Stop! I'm trying to make this... God damn it. Now you just threw off my whole theory. Thanks for that antithesis.
I mean, if it was real, not just, like, this one dude that was feeling left out. Because they were, like, when he said that, oh, that happened to me as well, they were like, see, we told you, you don't even, you didn't believe us before, and now you're like, you get what I mean? He was like...
Yeah. But maybe, because it was super fast, they couldn't see the bear. You know, because they say it's lightning speed, and you can't see that.
Yeah.
So maybe it's, bitch, I'm riding my bear.
But maybe the lady was just concerned for her safety. Like, she didn't want to have, like, a driver wait for her, because maybe before something happened. Like, you know.
Yeah, it could be that.
That could be the reason why. And then people are just, they love making assumptions about other people.
Because that's what we do. We don't know how to mind our own businesses.
True.
But what I would want to know, though, is, because I really want our listeners to watch those videos and read the books as well. I want to hear their theories about this.
Yes.
Because this is the closest thing we have to animals in terms of mythical creatures.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd like to believe they are actually animals and we just didn't know how to classify them.
Oh, and you know what would be cool if they have, like, if ever, like, their parents or if they themselves have stories about Sigbin or if they've encountered it, please email us at creepyconvos@gmail.com. That would be so cool. Or you can message us on Facebook as well. You can find us, what's her name on Facebook, Gab?
Creepy Convos.
Creepy Convos. Same for...
Oh no, wait, shit, that's wrong. Our name on Facebook is Creepy Conversations. Our Facebook handle is Creepy Convos.
Oh, okay.
Same for Twitter. Yeah.
And also for Tumblr, you can actually submit if you want, like, if you have a really long story that you want to share, our submit button, our submit button. Now I don't know how to pronounce it anymore. Our submit button is on Tumblr. Oh, it would be cool too, like, let's say if you wrote a fictional story about any of our mythical creatures, we would be happy to...
I like reading fanfiction.
Yes, me too! And you guys should write fanfiction about our mythological creatures. By the way, I would love to read fanfiction stories about Sidapa and Bulan. Bulan, for those that aren't familiar, Bulan is a literal translation for moon. He's our mythological moon god, and he is in love and is married to Sidapa. Sidapa is our god of death. So they're gay. We love gay people, and I want to read fanfiction about it, and their story is really, like, it's really cool, but I want should we have, like, a separate episode about it?
Or
It's not creepy conversations anymore, but they are our mythology.
Bulan and Sidapa?
Yeah. But
I don't know,
Sidapa
maybe.
is the god of underworld, so maybe we can have, like, an episode for him.
Yeah.
Look at us, we're just like...
I love it. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at pictures right now of drawings, and I'm just, like, giddy about it.
Yeah, it's...
Guys, this is so fucking stupid, because we started our culture embracing LGBT,
Yeah.
and now it's kind of hard for people to grasp the idea of it.
True.
So, backtrack, guys.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why, maybe one of the reasons why, that we can't, it's not easily found in our history books. We don't have, like, books about, like, books you can find right away about it, because, like, most of us are really religious, and you know how, religion is anti-gay. Not everyone is not every religious people are...
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on with me? But not all of them, they're not anti-gay, but most of them are. What's great and important about our myth is it is part of who we are. And it's not just Bulan and Sidapa. They're not just the homosexual couple in our myth. There's Bakunawa, who's a goddess. It's a long story, but she's a goddess, and she fell in love with this princess on Earth, and then she also fell in love with the sister of the princess. So they're...
Love everyone.
Yeah. So it's cool, and Bakunawa is a pretty cool monster.
Since we're already on this topic, I remember last episode, I'm not even sure which episode, I accidentally used a derogatory term, which is tranny, because apparently I didn't know that was meant to be derogatory.
Yeah, and...
So I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, and Gabby didn't mean it to be derogatory, because we thought that...
I just didn't know.
Yeah, we thought that tranny is just short for transvestite. No, like, it's no harm at all, but then I came across, I forgot where I saw it, but I saw it on Twitter, which were, like, derogatory terms for trans people, and then tranny is a derogatory word, and then I googled it, and then, yeah, it is. So we're sorry for saying that word.
Or even bring it up, yeah.
And then, for those that don't know, who are like us, so don't use that word anymore. It's a really bad word, and we don't mean to insult anyone.
Exactly. You guys can say, like, fuck shit and whatever.
Yeah.
Just not tranny.
Yep. Yes.
So what's the politically correct term? Just transvestite.
Transvestite, I don't know, but it's just trans.
Okay.
Trans women and then trans men.
That's cool. So next episode, we're gonna be... No, because I'm trying to recall what we're supposed to say. Next episode, we're gonna be doing urban legends. And
we are?
Yeah! Unless we want to change that.
I have no idea, but yeah, I want to go with that.
Yeah, urban legends. I would really want the creepers to submit their stories, because it's gonna be different everywhere. And
that's so true.
I think that'd be cool.
Yes. Ooh, you guys, if you have really good urban legends, please submit it to us. Creepy Conversations. I already said this, but I'll say it again. creepyconversations@gmail.com or Twitter @creepyconversations. Creepy Convos on
Creepy Convos.
Twitter. And then same with Tumblr.
creepyconvos.tumblr.com.
And then Creepy Conversations on Facebook.
And if you don't have stories to tell us, you can just click like, rate, and subscribe
on iTunes. And we also have a Patreon if ever you guys want to, just check it out. Patreon.com, Creepy Conversations. Is it Creepy Conversations or Creepy Convos?
Fuck, I have no idea. I think, shit, we're so bad at this.
We'll post it.
We'll just link it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, thanks for creeping, you fucking creeper.
Yes, and remember, the government is always watching you.
Bye.
Bye.